The Cardinals Daily Report is brought to you by the Arizona Lottery. You can't win if you don't play.
Well, another day of practice, and I guess it wouldn't be a day of practice if we weren't talking about the quarterbacks and the uncertainty at the quarterbacks. Kyle, we're looking at a situation where it's Thursday. The Cardinals still don't know who's going to start for them at quarterback on Sunday. Drew Stanton didn't practice. Well, he was limited today. He has not passed the concussion test yet. He's going to try and do that Friday. He's still hopeful he can play on Sunday. Carson Palmer, there was no real new update. He was doing about the same things out on the practice field, throwing lightly. Of course, we have Logan Thomas, who has a chance to have his first NFL start. I guess the uncertainty, everybody's used to it by now, so I guess it's not that big of a deal in this locker room.
Yeah, and these guys, they're going to go play with whoever they have out there, and it seems like this is going to take until Sunday, I'm guessing. As long as Carson and Drew are both out there on Friday, they're going to say they're progressing, and we're not going to know who's going to play, I don't think, until probably right before the game. But it's a good sign that Drew did come out. We didn't see him in the beginning, and he's trying to keep moving along with the concussion. And Carson, it looks like he might be doing a little bit more. So like you said, it's all up in the air, and we might not know for a while.
I don't think there's any question at this point that if Logan Thomas has to start, that there's I don't want to say comfort factor, but there's a comfortability factor in terms of being the differences. I think everybody kind of understands where this team stands in this situation. It's not the most ideal thing at this point, but they understand it. Part of that is the defense, which did not play very well in Denver, is going to need to play better this week in order for this team to win. They gave up more than 500 yards in Denver. Obviously, Peyton Manning had a huge game, and that's, even with all the injuries the defense has suffered, something that they don't really want to tolerate.
Right, and you look at their overall statistics now, and they're not too pretty looking at, NFL-wide. They're in the lower third total defense now, but it's early, and it was one very big game. You saw the first 3 weeks how they played, and I don't think it's something you have to freak out about yet because they have such a track record from last year and from early on, and Washington is much more in line with those first 3 games, and Denver is kind of the outlier looking at that. So, like you said, it's a big game for the defense, who lost Calais Campbell and lost Matt Shaughnessy on Sunday. Just 2 more to add up to all the injuries, and seeing how they can bounce back will be huge, especially if Logan does play, because you need the defense to force some turnovers and put the offense in good positions.
And we're going to have to see what this defense can do on the run. I mean, it's been so good against the run for more than a year now. They lose 2 of their best run defenders in Calais Campbell and Matt Shaughnessy.
Yeah, they've been. You just know before that you can stop the run, and it's going to be about the pass. Now there's finally questions: can they do it? Calais is such a big deal, rushing the passer, but really stopping the run. So we'll see what happens.
It will be an interesting thing to find out, especially when we all come out on Sunday and hopefully find out who actually is going to start at quarterback for this team. So for Kyle Odegard, I'm Darren Urban. This has been another edition of Cards Daily on azcardinals.com.